everyone. My name is Katie Banks and I am co-founder of the Ubuntu KC movement and meetup group, and I'm wanting to do this video about our last meeting that we just had, our last committee meeting, which was the Family Activities Committee. And we now have 5 committees that we have formed, and we have someone leading all of them, which is awesome. All excited about that. But our Family Activities Committee just met a couple nights ago, and we also have our Food and Gardening Committee, which will be meeting for the first time tomorrow at Kelly Gallery, and that's out south. And if you're interested in coming to that, which I would really encourage, it's going to be pretty exciting. We're going to go to Kelly Daniels' land. She has 10 acres, and we're going to see where we can do some farming, some gardening, and brainstorm. We have lots of ideas, but bring all our ideas together about how we can use this land to garden, and what all we want to plant, and what we want to do with all the vegetables we can grow. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow at 2:30. And then we also have our Tiny Homes Committee, and our Festivals and Events Committee, and our Volunteer Committee. So all of those are going to be meeting here soon, so please look on the Facebook page. All the events are going to be posted so you can keep track of what's going on, because we have lots going on. So my main reason to do this video is to let you guys know what happened in our last committee meeting with the family activities. And this is maybe our 3rd or 4th meeting that we've had. And we have so much fun at these. We start off with a little potluck, and it's just been really neat. There have been different people attending, and then we have our people who are normally there, but every time we get together, no matter who's there, we have such great ideas we come up with, and we're just really inspired ideas, and it all flows very easily. And just how we're looking at how we can support each other and creating a lot of really neat classes for the community. And I wanted to just kind of recap what all we talked about. So Lauren Martin has taken awesome notes, and I'm going to include those, but I'm just going to kind of read off of them. And then if you want a little bit more detail, you can read the notes. But first of all, we focused on how collaboration is key, that we want to support each other and tap into each other's skills, because when we get together, we just realize this huge amount of skills that we can pull from. Everybody has a different background, there's a lot of variety and a lot of interest, and we're all passionate about different things. So it's really neat, especially as our community grows, as we see how many new ideas come up and different personalities we can pull from. So that's been really fun. So as we were brainstorming, we came up with lots of class ideas that we are going to be forming a little bit better, but for now we're just kind of throwing around ideas. And we had the idea of a family game night, and you know, there are a lot of cooperative type games that, I mean, Ubuntu is all about collaboration and contributionism, so it's kind of fun to be able to play a game that's not all about competition, but we could also do those too. So whatever sounds fun to us. We just thought that might be a good get-together. Julia talked about being interested. Julia has a background in science, and so she was interested in doing some classes that are about health and the science behind health and healthy eating. And so we thought about maybe a macrobiotics class, and maybe a class about talking about the importance of healthy food and how healthy food interacts with our bodies, and classes about how we can feel better physically. Maybe even involve children's cooking classes where they can do some hands-on cooking. And all our classes, we want to talk about or focus on how we can create good self-esteem and how everyone can feel supported and honored. And we want to come from a higher conscious perspective with all these classes, and just let everyone be able to express themselves and learn in whatever way works best for them. So Enoch has been wanting to develop some quantum mechanics type classes, and so we were talking about maybe looking into some kits or developing some workshops that involve quantum mechanics, quantum physics, and just how we can teach this in a way that gets kids interested, that's digestible, that because you know it's a big subject, but one that we're actually really excited about. So we were talking about creating something along those lines, and he also had the idea to do some sort of like music get-togethers for teenagers where they could get together and maybe create some music or even just bring whatever instruments and play. And we have a lot of musicians in our community, so I think we're going to see a lot of classes coming up around music, so that's pretty exciting. And we also thought about like just kids being able to jam together. That felt fun to them. We had one girl, she was 10 at our meetup group. Her name was Nora, and we asked her what she would be interested in, and she said she liked the idea of the cooking classes and volunteer. We talked about doing some volunteer work where we could maybe cook a meal for the homeless, and then we could go out and feed the homeless. So that is actually a really great idea to combine with our food and gardening committee. We have another gal, she wasn't actually at the meeting, but Tori is interested in doing a class on flower mandalas, a Qigong class, or a children's yoga and meditation with geodes class. And she had a few other ideas, so lots of great stuff from Tori. And Lauren was interested in doing a community despacho ceremony, which is a blessing bundle that can involve fire or water, and it would be very ceremonial about. And we have another, and it has a shamanic, it's a Peruvian shamanic type ceremony, and we actually have 2 people in our group that we were talking about doing some ceremonies to bless our soul ascension here, because we're doing most of our events here. And we have about 2 acres here to work with. And then we have Kelly Daniels' land, and we'd like to bless both places and bless our community that we're forming and set our intentions. So we're looking into doing some classes and some ceremonies around that, which would be really neat. And Brianna, who is the head of our volunteer committee, was talking about doing some classes that involve healing movement. And this would be about visualizing energy, color, or incorporating sacred geometry, utilizing breath. The sky's the limit. You know, there's all kinds of ideas with this one, and I myself will be collaborating with her, because I play singing bowls and I sing with them, and I wanted myself to do a class that involved allowing people to hear the sounds and vibrations and see what they're feeling in their bodies, because I do find that this is very healing, and we can empower ourselves by being able to hear these vibrations and really noticing what they're doing for us in our bodies, and therefore enhancing the effects of that. And I also wanted to do a manifestation class to talk about how we manifest through our feelings. So I'm pretty excited about that. And also how that incorporates into the chakras, because actually the singing bowls that I use are the chakra singing bowls, a chakra set. Mia, who is actually our head of this committee, was wanting to do a class on children's anger and how to use different techniques to deal with anger. And she also wanted to do a confidence workshop for children, which I think is really neat, because if we can teach our kids these things, our children these things early on, then what a great start we're giving them. And D Mike was talking about doing a divine masculine workshop where we're talking about a healthy, balanced divine masculine. And I'd also like to do this for the divine feminine. So I just think that that would be really nice for the men in our group to be able to come together and do that. And that could be, all ages too. So we also talked about a men's initiation workshop, which would be more for puberty age boys and coming of age to support that transition that they're going through. So we talked about how we want our classes to be, and we want them to be very focused in higher consciousness, emotional well-being, physical well-being, and have a very loving and supportive atmosphere to them, and really focus on acceptance. As well as we spoke about funding some of these classes. So we're looking into donations, we're looking into grants, and maybe sponsorships from local businesses. So we're going to be delving into a bit of that. So there's a lot going on, and we are just at the beginning of all of this. And like I said, we're really excited about what we can provide for everybody, and we hope you all get involved and just join in the fun, because none of this is about obligation or pressure. It is all about love, support, fun, and community. So that's what we want to stress here. So you guys have a great weekend. We'll probably have another video for you out after our meetup group, which is on Tuesday, the 6th, this coming up Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So we really hope that you can join us for that. And like I said, just keep an eye on all the events that we have going on here at Soul Ascension. There's quite a bit. And I really look forward to meeting you if I haven't met you yet. And, there's a lot to look forward to. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you soon.